is 1776, and the colonists have just declared their independence from Great Britain. America is born. Now we face a new challenge: how to set up our own government so that our new nation can survive. The colonists were very cautious about setting up this new government because of the bad experiences they endured under the British Crown. However, a new government was necessary to unite the 13 colonies and to gain foreign recognition and aid. So the colonists began to create this new government in a document called the Articles of Confederation. Although many proposals and drafts were submitted to Congress, it was Pennsylvanian John Dickinson's proposal that made the cut. By 1781, all states had approved the new government. So the states are unified, and we have become a stronger country under the Articles. Wrong. The Articles failed to resolve the problems of the new nation, and in reality, it just made them worse. You see, the Articles declared the 13 colonies, now states, as a firm league of friendship. Yet in that same document, each state retained its own sovereignty, freedom, and independence. Essentially, this meant that the states could act as their own little countries, and thus unification was not truly present. In fact, George Washington, not yet president, but nonetheless a war hero and highly respected individual, remarked, "The Articles of Confederation is little more than a shadow without the substance." In addition, the central government under the Articles was incredibly weak and could not collect taxes or regulate commerce, so there was no economic integration among the states. It was a broken system, and this meant that the huge debt that had to be paid for fighting for our independence could not be paid. While the central government could coin money, nothing in the Articles stated that a uniform currency was mandatory. So each state used what currency they wished, which made trade difficult and inefficient. Under the Articles of Confederation, there was no judiciary and no executive branch, which meant that there was no president. If states chose not to listen to the orders of the national government, there was no punishment served. By 1786, just 5 years after the Articles officially went into effect, it was clear that this system was not working. Shays' Rebellion proved to be the catalyst to the Constitution movement. Daniel Shays, a Massachusetts farmer, was angry that state governments were taking away land from farmers if they could not pay their debt. Shays argued that a bad harvest and economic depression, in addition to the high taxes imposed by the states, made it impossible for farmers to meet the monetary demands of the unforgiving state governments. So Shays decided to organize an armed protest against the government. His rebel organization ended up closing courthouses in Massachusetts and freed imprisoned debtors from jail. The Massachusetts militia quickly suppressed the rebel forces, but by this point it was clear that the internal conflict of the nation was coming to a head.